Chia Sisters aren't just turning primary products into a value-added beverage business, they're creating an ethical and sustainable company model. When Chloe Van Dyke began, she wanted to make a nutrient-rich drink for her dad and triathlete sister Florence. Chia seeds provided the nutrients Chloe wanted to incorporate, including omega-3, magnesium, calcium, iron and zinc.
We started with the hydrated chia seeds. We used local Nelson blackcurrants to make our first blackcurrant chia, sold it into the local supermarket here and cafe, and then it grew throughout New Zealand. Then we brought out a range of sparkling coconut waters infused with roots and fruits, and the idea behind that was to create a healthier sparkling option. And then we moved into our new factory, which we made solar powered, and we launched our Bottled by the Sun range to help share that story. And most recently we've launched a hemp protein smoothie to help provide more plant protein options. We currently get our chia seeds from Australia. We would love to get them from New Zealand. We know they grow here. They grow out of the cracks outside our factory if a loose seed gets away, but they need a hot dry snap to go to seed. So I'm still looking for that person to provide me with chia seeds. We have our chia drinks tested at the Cawthron, and our hemp protein smoothies, which shows how much the level of nutrients in the bottle. So for example, we just had the hemp protein smoothie tested, and that shows that it's got 90% of your recommended daily intake of iron in one bottle. So almost everything you need for your iron supply through one bottle of hemp protein smoothie, which is amazing. And then the levels of nutrients in the chia drink mean that we can make health claims surrounding immunity, cognitive function, increased energy levels, and a bunch of different health claims that we can legally make. Sustainability is a core value of ours. We are well aware that we are still packaging in a glass bottle, that it is a single-serve bottle, even though it's glass and not plastic, even though we use a paper label. We would love to transition to no packaging at all, so we are exploring a keg option whereby our juice will be supplied in a returnable keg to cafes. And we'd actually love to set up a dispensing unit in all supermarkets throughout the country and have returnable bottles.
Hello. Hey, how's it going? Can you go? I decided to join my sister at Chia Sisters because I really wanted to be doing something I was passionate about. She had a really good idea and was taking a fantastic product to market, and the values, sustainability, nutrition, innovation, they really reflect my personal values too. The brewery, Bay's Brewery, which was making all our drinks, they closed down at really short notice, and we had a really big decision to make. We had to decide either to close down our company as well, because we had hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of bottling equipment permanently installed in here, and there was no one else in the country that could bottle our drinks for us at such short notice. And so, yeah, we had to decide whether to close down our own business or to move into this factory, which is made for a company 10 or 20 times our size. So we took a real leap of faith and we decided to move into this factory. And one of the first things that we had to do was increase our capacity. We were at about 30% capacity at the start, and in order to make the shift profitable, we really needed to lift that. So we launched a new fresh pressed juice range, which is more mainstream. It's made from local fresh pressed apples, boysenberries, we have feijoa and orange mango flavours. And we lined this factory with solar panels, and we called the fresh pressed juice range Bottled by the Sun to celebrate that shift to solar power. Chia Sisters became zero carbon last year, and we did that using a 4-step process. So firstly, we measured our carbon emissions, and that enabled us to understand where the low-hanging fruit was, where our carbon emissions were coming from. We did that through ECOS, a local consulting company. And so once we realised where our carbon emissions were coming from, we undertook step 2, which was to reduce those carbon emissions. And we did that through shifting all of our air freight overseas to sea freight, We lined our factory with solar panels to become New Zealand's first solar-powered juicery, and we also created an electric vehicle system for our company. And the third step was to offset our remaining carbon emissions, and we did that by contributing to the native Ramika forest, which is in Golden Bay. And fourthly, we built this process into our balance sheet and our business plan so that every single business decision going forward, we took into account the carbon that we were emitting. Chia Sisters is Nelson's first living wage accredited employer, and we'd actually always paid our staff really well, so the accreditation wasn't about us lifting the salaries of the staff that we employed, but we really wanted to make a stand on this issue and voice it to our community and to New Zealand. We think it's a really important issue, and we really want to have a flat hierarchy where everyone feels included in the business and involved in the business. We're exporting our 4 ranges of drinks to Australia, and we also export to Singapore, Malaysia and Hong Kong. The export markets have been difficult for us. It is sometimes a roller coaster, and I think what we've really learned is you need to get to know your export market. It's not about just doing what you're doing in New Zealand and then transporting that overseas. It's really getting to know your customer there, getting to know all the partners that you're working with, and creating a new strategy to reflect that.
Thanks, New Zealand On Air.